Welcome to the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs Prediction Show with your man, your host, Shaggy Shane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kansas City Chiefs freaks worldwide of all ages, I sincerely and deeply thank you for joining me. I got 2,000 subscribers and followers and watchers and stalkers on YouTube. I can't thank you enough. You guys all kick ass getting your Chiefs fix with Shaggy Shane. Well, it's the 2019 season, baby. This is Sunday, September 1st. And we are coming. The Kansas City Chiefs, powerhouse, the most exciting team in the 2019 NFL season, or the NFL year. It's here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been one hell of an offseason. We've talked about that in the past. Everybody's here, and we're ready. It's a new defense. Is the defense ready? Hell yeah, baby. They're coming. They're coming. All right. The Chiefs were 1-3 in preseason, but we ain't talking about the preseason. 1 week from today, the Kansas City Chiefs going to Jacksonville to play the powerhouse defense and running game of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Will the Kansas City Chiefs defense be ready? They better be, because Nick Foles is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Leonard Fournette is a powerhouse beast who's ready to be the comeback 2019 NFL Player of the Year. Leonard Fournette is ready to show that he's ready to come into his own. Let's not forget that the Jacksonville Jaguars were in the 2017 AFC Championship game in Jacksonville, or in New England. They would have been probably going to the Super Bowl if Blake Bortles was not their quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, next week is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. The Chiefs' defense is yet to gel. The Chiefs' new defense is yet to show any continuity. Tyrann Mathieu has only played 5 defensive snaps this August. And I think going into that game, the Kansas City Chiefs will find themselves on the losing edge. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars, 31, Kansas City Chiefs, 27. Next week, following week in Oakland, it will be the Kansas City Chiefs' final franchise game ever at a baseball stadium, Oakland Alameda Coliseum. The Chiefs will go in there and play on that baseball diamond and beat the Oakland Raiders, I predict 44-23. Chiefs will come back home and play the hard-fought Baltimore Ravens. And I like the Chiefs to win a close game, 34-31. Still, that defense is still trying to gel. Ladies and gentlemen. Then the Kansas City Chiefs go to Detroit and play Matt Stafford and the high-flying Detroit Lions. I like the Detroit Lions in that game, 48-44. The Chiefs will be now standing at 2-2. Let's look at the schedule in more depth, baby, while I continue to break this down. Kansas City Chiefs will then come home to play the Indianapolis Colts, who don't have Andrew Luck in prime time. Chiefs should win that game easily, 31-7. I like the Chiefs. Then the Chiefs play the following week at home against the Texans. I like the Chiefs to win that game. Chiefs then go 4 days later to Denver in prime time on a Thursday night game. The Broncos have lost 4 straight home games to the Kansas City Chiefs in regular season. They lost in 15, 16, 17, and 18. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that they don't let the Chiefs win. I like the Chiefs winning a close game on that. So now, the Chiefs are 4-2. They come home and play the Green Bay Packers in prime time. Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. I like the Kansas City Chiefs to win that in a close game. Now the Chiefs are 5-2. The Chiefs stay home, play the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Chiefs to beat the Vikings. The defense is coming into their own now. I like the Chiefs to beat the Titans. Then on November 18th in Mexico, on my 50th birthday, November 18th, man, I turned 50 on a freaking Monday. But the Chiefs will go to Mexico and beat the Chargers, taking over first place. Then the Chiefs will come home and play Oakland. They'll beat the Raiders at home. Then they'll go to New England. And the Kansas City Chiefs will lose a hard-fought game in New England. They'll lose a hard-fought game in New England. Then they'll come back home, play the Broncos. They'll beat the Broncos at home. They'll beat the Bears in Chicago. It's going to be a tough, hard-fought game, but I like the Chiefs winning that game. Then the Chiefs will come home and play the Chargers and win at home. Your Kansas City Chiefs will finish 13-3 and be the second seed in the AFC. The Chiefs will get a bye. They will avenge their Week 1 loss to Jacksonville in that divisional round game and the AFC Championship game in New England. Your Kansas City Chiefs will avenge the December loss and avenge the AFC Championship loss in Foxborough. And Patrick Mahomes will take the crown and take your Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl 54, where your Kansas City Chiefs, for the first time in 50 years, will play the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl and win. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kansas City Chiefs, freaks worldwide of all ages, you need to expect this Kansas City Chiefs team to advance to Super Bowl 54 and win it. If they stay healthy. Of course, this is all if the team stays healthy and wins. If they do that, then your Kansas City Chiefs will take care of business. Now, I want to get Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. He's going to give you his take on your Kansas City Chiefs 2019 season. What do you say, Lance?
Thank you, Shaggy Shane, and thank you for all the listeners and followers of Shaggy Shane Entertainment and the Shaggy Shane Show. I am Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. Really glad, really excited to be on this video, primarily for the fact that we just got word that running back LaShawn McCoy, former Andy Reid and the Philadelphia Eagles running back LaShawn McCoy, has decided to take his talents to Kansas City and join the Chiefs and join Andy Reid. I'm really excited for this acquisition for a multitude of reasons. Primarily for the fact that, although despite popular belief and opinion, I do believe that Shady McCoy has a little left in his tank. I know he's 31 years old. He hasn't had a great couple of years in Buffalo, but it is the Buffalo Bills, and let's take that into consideration with all of this. Furthermore, his last year in Philadelphia with Andy Reid as the head coach in 2012, LaShawn McCoy combined for 20 touchdowns, 17 on the ground, 3 in receiving, and over 1,200 yards. Now, obviously, we're not going to get that from Shady McCoy at this stage of his career and with all the other weapons around him in Kansas City. But like I've been saying on Twitter, you can follow me at Lance the Spoken, if you can get literally half of that production from Shady McCoy at this point of his career with already the weapons surrounding him in Kansas City, that makes this an amazing acquisition. I know people are big on Darwin Thompson, but I'm telling you guys, adding this type of talent to this offense is only a good thing. Be excited, be very excited. Speaking of excitement, Shane has asked me to give you guys my official regular season predictions for the Chiefs. I have been waiting all offseason to do this. I love prediction shows. I love doing prediction shows, especially when it comes to my favorite team, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, it's so tempting. I will say it is so tempting as a Chiefs fan, with it being the most exciting time in my life as a Chiefs fan, to say that this team just can't lose games unless they beat themselves. And I do feel that way in a lot of regard, because last season, you know, only losing, I think, by a combined 17 points all season long, beating themselves in a lot of games with the defense playing the way they did. And I do believe the defense is going to play a lot better this season with the total the way they've transitioned this defense talent-wise and the defensive coordinators' positions. They've really gotten motivated in this offseason to make this defense better and to actually start contributing to wins, because I can only name a couple, including the playoffs, where the defense actually contributed to wins. I think that's going to change a little bit this year. I think if you look at the schedule that the Chiefs are going against, they don't have a bunch of great quarterbacks like they did last year that they're going to have to go against. It's going to be until week 6 where they even face a top-tier quarterback, if you want to even put Deshaun Watson in that caliber. They play the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. They play Tom Brady. But more importantly, guys, you have to look at it like this. The team is different. The team is motivated because they were this close. They were a D Ford helmet away from a Super Bowl potential championship. I'm going to say that the Chiefs are going to not go 16-0. I'm very tempted to say that. But I do believe they're going to go 14-2. And the reason why they're going to lose 2 games is by the end of the season, when they have to face the Bears in Chicago and the Chargers here in Kansas City, those games are not going to matter because they're already going to have the AFC West and the AFC locked up with the 1 seed. So I'm going to predict that the Chiefs are going to start up with 14-0, and they're going to lose their last 2 games at Chicago. Chicago's going to be fighting for a wild card spot, in my opinion, and the Chargers will be fighting for a wild card spot as well. They're going to lose both those games, go into the playoffs with that first round bye as the number 1 seed in the AFC. If you'd like the rest of my predictions of what's going to happen in the playoffs, subscribe to the Spoken podcast. We do it every Friday night. This week we'll be doing it on Tuesday night, and we'll be giving you guys our full-fledged 2019 NFC AFC full-fledged predictions. So pass it back to Shaggy Shane.
Heck yeah, Lance. Appreciate you, brother. Everybody check out the Spoken. He breaks it down. Lance is my right-hand man when he's not on my left, my bearded brother at KC Beard Company. I'm looking forward to hearing his postseason Kansas City Chiefs prediction. Tune into his show. You know, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of changes that are currently going on. The Chiefs just signed LaShawn McCoy to the roster. He's 31 years old. He comes and he adds depth, with Darwin Thompson, the 6th-round pick out of Utah State, stud pickup. He's going to mentor him, as well as Damian Williams, who's the starter. It's going to be an interesting tandem how these 3 will carry the offense. They're still concerned of the cornerbacks. Maurice Claiborne suspended the first 4 weeks. So we still got Charvarius Ward, Brashard Breeland, and Kendall Fuller as your starting cornerbacks going into the 2019 season. I like for them to be able to hold it down. But like I said, the first 4 weeks of the season, you're going to be learning. You're going to be adjusting. And people think, well, why are you being so negative about the first month of the season? I'm not being negative, ladies and gentlemen. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a powerhouse that deserves our respect. Can the Chiefs win that game? Sure. I would love for them to, but at this time, I don't feel the defense will gel enough to win that game. But I think as the season persists, as the season moves forward, you're going to see the defense gel. Let's go back to previous changes in defenses in the past. The St. Louis Rams were a terrible defense at the turn of the century, and they brought in Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebackers coach Lovie Smith, who was part of a defense overhaul, or was part of a defense with Tampa Bay that was a powerhouse with Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy had Herm Edwards, Lovie Smith, a whole slew of defensive coaches that were great defensive coaches under Monty Kiffin and bunch. And the Rams were a terrible defense. They brought in Lovie Smith to be their defensive coordinator, who was a linebacker coach in Tampa. And it took the Rams a few weeks to where they could be successful in being a good defensive team. If you remember going into the 2001 season for the St. Louis Rams, Lovie Smith changed that defensive scheme before, of course, going into Chicago to be a good head coach or a decent head coach. It takes a while for a defense to adjust, to be in the right, to build continuity, because you're gonna see a defense on paper with Frank Clark, Tyrann Mathieu, Brashard Breeland at the corner. You're gonna see a defense grow into be a good defense, but it's gonna take until week 5 or week 6 before we see that. You know, it's not to be ashamed of. The Chiefs are still the best team in the AFC. Without a doubt, the best team in the AFC. And we're going forward through those growing pains. I know people may think, gosh, if we lose to Jacksonville, gosh, if we lose to Detroit and we're 2-2 after 1 month, won't the negative mindset be of the team that they're just not good enough to overcome these losses? And the answer to that is no. The Chiefs team is good enough to overcome these deficiencies early enough in the season because they got a great coaching staff. All across the defensive coaching staff is great. All the individual coaches. And the Chiefs will continue to grow defensively and get better. Don't be discouraged if the Chiefs are 2-2 after September. Don't be discouraged at all. They will grow, and hold my predictions accountable, again, if this team stays healthy. Will Patrick Mahomes repeat as the NFL MVP in 2019? My answer to that is hell yes! Patrick Mahomes will be the 2019 NFL MVP. You think the Mahomes OG is going to tell you anything different? I think not. And I know you may think, hey, Shaggy, you're just saying that because you are the Mahomes OG. No, I'm saying it because Patrick Mahomes was built to be great. Patrick Mahomes was built to be the man. Patrick Mahomes is driven not only to just win, but be the best quarterback in the National Football League. It's in his genes. It's in his blood. It's in his veins. Patrick Mahomes will be the repeating 2019 NFL MVP. Take it to the bank. Patrick Mahomes will have 52 touchdown passes, 14 interceptions, and pass for 5,482 yards. The Chiefs defense will start the season, and after 1 month of being the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL, Chiefs defense will be, at the end of the season, number 20 in defense. Number 20. Take that to the bank. And your Kansas City Chiefs will be holding up that Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. Clay Wendler of Red Tribe Cinema just sent me a message. He predicts your Kansas City Chiefs to be 14-2 Super Bowl champions. Keep checking out Red Tribe Cinema on game day with all the gifts and all the highlights. I would like to thank Chiefs or Die, Fidel Blocker, for this necklace. Kicks total ass. He gave it to me at the Cheetah Challenge. I can't thank him enough for this. It's really cool. Pat Mahomes Sr. signing my Mahomes OG. Good dude, good friend. Thank you, Pat, for being your friendship, your support, your coolness. Looking forward to seeing you at Arrowhead again. I'd like to thank Tim Vanderpool for the Shaggy Shane show board he just made for me this summer. He kicks ass. He knows I'm 4 miles from Arrowhead Stadium, which is only a short drive to the countryside. Where you going? You can't run and hide. So many questions. You guys all kick ass. Thank you for everything. Making the Shaggy Shane Show a cool show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Next week, it starts for real. I will be right here. Tune in on all Shaggy networks for your Chiefs, Jaguars post-game show. We're going to do this. Until next Sunday in Jacksonville, stick with me. This is Shaggy Shane saying, hold on. And of course, this is Delta Shade. Check out Delta Shade on Facebook and YouTube. They kick ass. Post-game show. Dark days are like a bad dream. You got to hold on to the good things. I will see you next Sunday. We'll break down the Chiefs-Jaguars game right here. Until then, this is Shaggy Shane saying, go Chiefs!